Probably the best way to improve yourself as a climber in terms of technicality is simply twisting. Climbing is not like climbing a ladder where you want your torso, hips, and knees to all be facing the wall at the same time while you ascend up it. Actually, if your body does look like that while you're climbing, then your technical prowess is low. Instead, we want to view climbing as a form of a right to left, back to right type of action where there's a lot of twisting of the hips and twisting of the knee going on in order to make the ascent as smooth, technically sound, and energy efficient as possible. So let's hop into those techniques. I say those techniques, but it's really just one. And that one technique is known as the drop knee. To properly execute the drop knee, we're gonna take one knee, doesn't really matter which one, and then we're gonna internally rotate it towards the inside of our bodies. Bada bing, bada boom, drop knee. You see, when it comes to the drop knee, the reason why it's so pwah is because it's gonna create tension between your lower body. That tension is gonna suck in your legs to the wall so you don't actively have to worry about them too much. So when we lift up, we're gonna turn the one knee inwards. When that one knee gets turned inwards, the off leg is gonna push to the right. The left leg, the drop knee in leg, is gonna push to the left. And this action suctions your body into the wall. Not to mention, it does elevate you a little bit higher. And if we look at what it does to the torso, is as we go from a straight on position to a turn position, we're gonna put a lot of force into one arm. But that's not bad, because by putting a lot of force into one arm, we're now able to release the other one relatively easy and go ahead and touch anything we want. When you're going ahead and doing your drop knee, you need to understand that your drop knee could be just subtle enough to get the job done, or your drop knee could be super intense in order to get the job done. Sometimes the drop knee is so intense that the knee turns all the way towards the ground like so. You may be wondering to yourself, is the drop knee necessary? And the answer here is, you suck! So yes, it is necessary. Here's what I want you to do, partner. You're gonna take your normal climb. It doesn't matter. You're gonna find your feet. Whichever feet they are, cool. And then from here, all you're gonna do is before you lift off the ground or stand up off the ground, you're gonna already turn one knee inside. Bam! If you're doing it from a standing position, before you even lift your other leg on, you're already gonna turn that knee a little bit inwards. Simply by doing this, you're gonna notice that the left leg turning inwards is gonna put force onto the right hand. Therefore, it gives you freedom with the left hand, and then you could place your other leg on. Now, obviously, that's just to practice what it feels like to do the drop knee. It's not to say all climbing should start like that. It's just to get you accustomed to the sensation. But with that being said, every single move you do, regardless of whether you have to or not, just go ahead and practice turning the knee in, and then straight, and then in. And then when you make your next move, practice turning them in, straight, and in, straight. By doing so, you're just gonna really acclimate your body, get it used to the sensation of twisting and twisting, which will definitely help you in the future of your climbing. You know, for me, one of my favorite techniques is known as the one-legged drop knee. You see, drop knee is singular for one. Therefore, only one knee has to be dropped in order for the drop knee to come to fruition. Assuming that one singular knee is my right knee, by simply taking my right knee, left leg can smear wherever it wants to. I'm gonna take it from a straight position and drop knee it. From here, all the exact same principles apply. I now have this nice little triangle from right leg, left toe smear onto something, and sometimes the left toe doesn't even have to be on. For example, oh, look at that. I'm still drop kneeing. But it does help for the left toe to be on in a smear. From here, this one singular drop knee, and then I could reach on as if I was to have my other foot on another hold. The drop knee is useful because it helps create tension in moments when you need it. For example, from this position right here, I don't really need to apply any drop knee action. But once I do decide to leave this position and reach higher, my knee will turn inwards to help create that tension. This means we can start in a straight position, and then when we stand up, we can twist the knee if needed. Because sometimes it's hard to twist the knees when they're super bunched up and close together, but as you start to extend and open up, you now have the ability to twist the knee. We have red foot, green foot, orange finish, and a handhold somewhere over here. This is the one. And so you're wondering, is the drop knee really that useful? How much energy does it conserve, save? Well, from this lovely position right here, sure, I can just hold it like that, or I could drop knee, twist my hips into the wall, and then hold it like this. The second option is much easier. You see, when I'm going ahead and twisting myself like this, even though my arm is bent, all of the force and muscles being used are in my upper back. And it's not being used necessarily in an active way. It's simply being used because I decided to turn my torso and my muscles are engaging in almost kind of a passive way, putting me in a better position to hold the hold while using less energy. Pay attention to So from this position right here, going to the black jug, if I'm going on from a straight on knee position, like so, I could reach it, but my body kind of falls off. The reason why is because that straight down toe position, I don't have any torque going to the left or right. Therefore, I either have to be really tall or be impeccable with my ability to push directly downwards and at a 40-degree angle. That is kind of difficult. But by simply adding a bit of a drop knee, what that drop knee is going to do is it's going to dig my foot into the hole, give me a good register going in that direction by pushing in this direction. Therefore, I don't need to worry so much about pushing in this direction. All in all, what that basically looks like is I'm going to take my knee, twist it from here. Oh! And do you know how much strength it takes to apply a drop knee? The answer is 0. Climbing is first and foremost a technical activity. So I want you to use the technical skill known as the drop knee to help you become a better climber. I make videos like this more or less every single day. Please come back by subscribing to watch more and become a better climber. Thank you. Oh.